Hello and welcome to a new start of a new world. So this is a game called Vintage Storey. As you can see from the title screen, it's a blocky game. So this is a voxel based game similar to other known games like their Swedish, now American competitor that shall not be named. So a little bit about this game. If we go to the credits, so the main lead people on this game is Tyron here. Sarati here are the main people that run this game with a lot of other contributors. So let's just go through a lot of translators, translated in a lot of different languages. So we're gonna start a single player world here. But before that, I just want to talk about what this game is, as many of you might not know. So this is Vintage Storey. The developers of this game did come from making mod packs in a certain other game back when that game was in around 1.7.10. I think the first version of their mod pack was in 1.8. If I look on the CurseForge website, it's 1.8 now. And around that time, 1.7.10, that was kind of like the height, the peak of modding in that other game. And then around that time, there was a lot of like single mods that added like one item or added a couple of items, but there were some overhaul mods as well that started appearing that changed the terrain generation, changed where ores spawn, changed how hunger worked. So a very similar mod that needs to be named is called Terra Firmacraft, that is still popular today. Has no relation. The developers did not work on that mod, but there are a lot of similarities. Basically, they started making their own mod called Vintage Craft. And they decided that their Swedish, now American competitor was going in a different direction, and well as that the engine was not up to snuff to what they'd like to do. And so they kind of went off and made their own game, and that's where Vintage Storey has come from. So yeah, there are lots of inspiration from that other mod pack, but like I said, again, no relation. So we're gonna start a new world here. We're gonna keep it standard so you guys can kind of follow along. If there are any Twitch chatters that have suggestions for what the name of the world can be here, I just discovered something. Okay, there we go. I just discovered something. Little gamer. Helly. That's the name of the world. You can change the settings of the world. So we're going to choose standard. We're just going to customize a few things. Try to keep it kind of close to the typical gameplay. But especially fire spread is one I like to turn off so everything doesn't just burn down. When I play normally, there are some other things that I will change. For example, this game is hard. Compared to that other game, the mobs are much stronger. So I like to turn down the creature hostility to maybe passive, so that they will attack you when attacked. I like to have them aggressive sometimes as well, but then put the creature's strength all the way down to 25%. That's definitely something that can be nice. Food spoilage rate can be annoying. Turn that down a little bit. I usually take the hunger rate and put it at much slower as well. That makes it a little bit more playable for the new beginners. But I am not a new beginner and I'm supposed to be a pro, so let's hope I don't die as soon as we log into the world. Let's just apply here and let's go. Create a new world. So here we go. Let's see. So this game is a single player world for now, but of course I can invite people into my world and play over LAN. They also offer, I think it's, I don't remember how much, but they offer server hosting as well if you don't want to run your own server, which they also give you the server files for. So let's go through the character creation process. You can have all kinds of skin colors, so a little bit more detailed than characters that we see in other games. So you can have all kinds of weird colors. I like to be a bit brighter because this game can tend to be a bit dark, so I like to be like on the lighter side. So maybe like a light blue or a light gray here or something. I've seen people go for the blue a lot. Let's get some eye color in here. Maybe like a crazy green or something. I don't know. Then for the underwear, you don't really see that often. I think you spawn. There are some different classes that you could choose that we'll see here in a second. We're just gonna go with leotard here. Your voice you will typically hear when you take damage. It's very cute. Can you guys hear it? It's a bit low, but... So I'd like to go for sax, like a sexy saxophone over here, and maybe a bit lower. Yeah, that's my voice right there. I use that one a lot. So like I said, I've played this game a couple of times already. and have been having a lot of fun with it. So I can show you guys some tips and tricks. For the hair, there are a couple different hairstyles. Let's see, I think there's like a mohawk and everything, right? Try not to go too crazy here, right? But what is that? Bald even. Messy. No, that's too messy. Classic. We'll just go classic. All right, classic. Let's do some extra hair this time. Unkept. That one's kind of fun. Viking top braid. I don't want to braid. Back roll. Side rolls. Stepped side tails. Oh, those are kind of crazy. Ew. Big top bun. Braid loop. I think unkept is fine. We're gonna go for unkept. So definitely no mustache, and for the beard also, I don't like to have a beard. So we're just gonna go clean there. Could have like a crazy color. I can finally dye my hair without having to keep dyeing it. Yeah, that's great. Blue or green? Blue. We're gonna go with blue. You can show it as dress, so there are different clothes that you can make eventually. So there's what it looks like dressed. So we're just gonna confirm that, and we're gonna get into the class section here. So you can be a different class, so commoner is a typical one. Commoner is not a bad one. If you like to just play normally, we might just go commoner here, we'll see. My girlfriend likes to go hunter, because she likes to get some extra range damage when she throws spears and does arrows and stuff. I like to go for malefactor, because I like the forager trait to get a few more items. I love looting stuff and storing things in chests, right? There's clockmaker. This is more like if you get really late game, this one can be useful. You can change them, I think, afterwards as well, after a while. Blackguard, I mean, you can pause these if you want to see what they all do. We're just going to go commoner this time, so we're going to confirm. And then we have spawned in kind of like a sandy area. There we go. You want to pick up some stones and you want to pick up some sticks. It's very windy, huh? Yeah, this game has a help menu, as you see. You can hold K. Then the help menu shows up. You can press H to open kind of a handbook where you can learn everything. There's a starter guide. It's a good place to start. There's a lot of intricate systems that you can learn and figure out after a while. So I right-clicked on that stone, and I have a stone in my inventory. That's great. So what we're also looking for is flint. So this one here is flint. So flint is useful to make tools. So we're just gonna make our first tool. So the way you do that is you shift click on the ground, make a knife blade like this. And this is kind of cool. You're doing a thing called napping where you hit flint with another flint. You can click there, cross out the parts of this flint that you don't need. There we go. So now I got a knife blade. To make a knife, I need a stick. So let's see if there are some bushes around that I can break, for example. If you break bushes, it's likely that you get a stick. You typically also just find them in the ground, but that's more like in a forest, and we're not in a forest right now. So I'm just gonna, yeah, exactly, there's a stick. So we're just gonna put a stick and a knife blade. Boom. There we go. We got our first tool. And then we can harvest grass, for example. You know, we get dry grass. And then, yeah, you kind of go from there and you figure things out. Yeah, really cool. As you can see, we have a map. The terrain is a little bigger than in the competitive games. Like this biome is massive, right? We see that forests are kind of to the south here. We can find different structures and ruins. There's a mountain up here. So lots of things to explore. So I hope to see you guys in future videos about this, all right? Cool. See you then. Later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.